Well, thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today to attend the Know Before You Go session. We have several members of our CAB with us, as well as some CollegeSource staff. So I will let each of them introduce themselves. So we'll start with who I have on my screen here. So I'll call you out so we know who's going. So Stephanie.
Good afternoon. I'm Stephanie Arjona. I am a transcription records analyst too from California Baptist University.
All right, and Ryan.
And my name is Ryan Bench. I'm the Associate Registrar at the University of Wisconsin, River Falls.
And Ritu.
Hey everyone, Ritu Satcher, work at University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am an associate registrar and I work with transfer students.
All right, and Laura.
Hi everyone, I'm a business analyst for the transfer evaluation system at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
Rachel.
Rachel French. I'm an assistant registrar within degree services at the State University of New York, SUNY, Albany.
All right, and Will.
Hi, folks. Will Schuth. I'm a policy analyst in the Office of Academic Information Management in the College of Letters and Science at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Awesome. So those are our CAB members that we have. We also have a couple of staff members with us. And actually, before I jump to them, if you want to put into the chat your name, where you're from, and one thing that you're looking forward to at the conference, that'll help us kind of get started there. And just as a reminder, if you have questions and answer questions, there is a little box down. It's got a little question mark and a little speech bubble. You can put in your questions there. So I will throw it over to Jennifer to introduce herself next.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Wright. I am the Director of Marketing here at CollegeSource, and I'm one of the people putting on the conference this year for you all.
All right, and then a special treat, we actually have Eric on location, so I'll throw it over to Eric to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about where you're at, Eric.
Thank you, Drew. Everybody hears me okay. I am here at location at the Bahia. This is where we're going to have the annual conference this year. You may be familiar if you went a few years ago. We are at the Catamaran, which is across the bay, and we took the steamboat over here and had a beach party. Well, where we had the beach parties, where we're going to have the conference, and this place is gorgeous, as you can see behind me. And if you remember that stern wheeler boat as well, right there it is. This boat is cool because we're not really going to go out to sea on it, so to speak. But what we're going to do every day is there's going to be sessions on here. So it's called the William D. Evans Stern Wheeler. So make sure at least one of the days out here you get out and get a session on the boat. It can make you feel like you're actually out at sea if you look out in the water. So just different things to do here. They have the Mission Bay walking path, which starts right here at the hotel and just goes all around the whole bay. It goes for miles, actually. You'll walk right by a catamaran where we used to stay. You'll go over Crown Point. So that's a nice place if you want to just get out and take a walk on the water. I'll show you later where the beach boardwalk is. We're also going to have yoga on the beach on Tuesday night and yoga on the pond on Wednesday morning. So make sure you go to the app and you can look for that information there. We're having a welcome reception on Monday. It's about an hour long, and it's just a great time to start everything off. You get to relax and meet people, see old friends. We're going to have some swag swap. We're also going to have the brew crew. We're back again. If you guys have come to the conference before, you've seen that we brew a couple of beers for the conference, and we have two of them this year, Colson and a stout, I believe. And in about 2 weeks or so, we're going to have to go over and brew it or bottle it because it's actually fermenting right now. So you can try all that and plenty of things to do there at the reception. Wednesday night, that's the fun. We're actually calling it Where the Action Is. It's a beach bash we're having. We're going to have dinner, hula hoopers, music by the Mardells. We've had those people before. They're fantastic. Also, guests and family are welcome. So please let us know if you'd like to bring a guest. That's no problem at all. But the biggest and most important thing for that day is the dress code. It is 1971. And I'm going to be dressed like 1971. A lot of our staff here are as well. So have some fun with it. Bring a some of your bell bottoms if you have them still. We're providing breakfast and lunch on Mission Bay during the conference, and then of course during the dinner. And I'm going to throw it back to Drew, and I will show you guys another cool spot here in the hotel.
Awesome. We'll look forward to seeing what you find for us next, Eric. So just to kind of take us to our next kind of part, I figured we'd ask Jennifer just some general questions about the conference and logistics. So Jennifer, I know a lot of people are flying in to beautiful San Diego, as well as a lot of people are driving in as well. So what's some of the best ways to get from the airport to the hotel, or if people are driving in?
Sure. So the Bahia Resort, they do not have an airport shuttle, but there's still plenty of options for you guys who are flying in from the San Diego airport. You have, of course, rideshare options like Uber and Lyft, as well as taxis. And if you're looking to schedule something like a shuttle, I myself have used Super Shuttle in the past at the San Diego airport, and I highly recommend them. They do a wonderful job, and they're relatively inexpensive if that is a concern. The hotel is only about 7 miles away from the airport, so it's like a 15 to 20-minute drive. So it's really an easy fly in and get to the Bahia.
And what about parking for those that are driving in?
Well, good news there. Self-parking is free. So whether you've got a car and you're staying at the hotel or you're driving in each day, there is no valet fee to park.
Nice. I know this year Eric's already showed us a little bit of the unique spaces. What can we be looking forward to with the conference space this year?
Sure. So the Bahia Resort, for those of you who haven't been there before, is beautiful. It does sit on a peninsula in Mission Bay. So as you saw with Eric, you're going to have beautiful views of Mission Bay. But as far as the conference itself, Eric pointed out the William D. Evans Sternwheeler. So one of our sessions will be taking place on there, as well as one of our pre-cons on Monday. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to learn on a boat, as Eric mentioned. The other 3 sessions will be up in the tower on the property, up on the 5th floor in the Mission Bay Ballroom. But we'll also have other spaces available to attendees as well. Every year we offer a recharge room, which is exactly what it sounds like. You can go in to recharge. So if you just need a break, you can go in there. It's a dedicated space. Or if you need to meet with people or actually recharge your electronics, we will have power strips available in there. So it's a good spot to meet with attendees or catch up on your emails. And then if you're presenting, we will be offering a tranquility room. Our CAD, everybody on this call, hopefully will take advantage of it. They too will have access to the tranquility room. It's a dedicated workspace for our presenters that's always close to where our sessions are. So that way you can prepare for your sessions without having to go back to your hotel room. And then I would say outside of the conference, the hotel itself has a lot to offer, from a beach to a pool and a hot tub. There are tennis courts, a shuffleboard court. They've got an area just off the lobby. I forget what it's called, but it has pool tables and foosball as well. So if you're bringing your family, there's plenty of activities for your family to be doing. And I think that's about it. I think if you do have little ones, they do have a playground on site, which I thought was a nice addition for people who are bringing their family. So
that's a lot of fun. Yeah, no 3-hour cruises this year though on the boat, right?
No 3-hour cruises. I did actually check that this morning before this because they do run the Sternwheelers there too. There's the Bahia Bell and the William D. Evans. The William D. Evans will not be running. It will be at dock. You don't have to worry about getting on there for a session and then having to get off at a different location. But the Bahia Bell does run throughout the summer, but unfortunately it's only running Thursday night. So if you're flying out early you're going to miss it. But for those of you who are hanging around for Thursday night, you can schedule a cruise on the Bahia Bell. That'll take you across to the catamaran and then back.
Awesome. And I know in the past we've always had a conference app. When we're doing that again, when can attendees expect to be able to access the app this year?
Sure. So we will send out the app invite with instructions on how to access it about a week before the conference. And it will include, it's going to be your #1 source of information regarding what you can do on site. You'll also be able to build your own agenda and access the schedule. You'll be able to see speaker and attendee information. And there's much more. We try to put everything you could possibly need in there. In addition to the app, though, we will also be doing daily digest emails, and we will provide a link for a printout of the agenda, because I know some people do still like to have that physical copy when they're on site. So we'll provide all of that for you the week before the conference.
Awesome. And I see Eric's back on, so let's check in with Eric and see what fun things he's found for us already.
Hey guys, I am back over here and I wanted to show you something really cool. If you don't know San Diego that well, sometimes sea lions end up on the road. They get out of the water, they're distressed, something happened to them, they end up on the beach. And so they get rehabilitated and rescued by the authorities here. And there's several spots around town where they let them live out their lives because they can't be set out into the wild they have blind. These ones here are blind, I believe. So the 2 seals here at the hotel are called Gracie and Billy, and I think Billy's right there behind me, just lounging out right now. Gracie's over there around the corner. It's a pretty large facility as far as rehabilitation goes, but it's really cool because it's right here at the hotel. And it's funny because we had our leadership conference here a few months ago, and when we would meet somewhere to go out for dinner or something, we'd always say, meet at the Seals. So you're going to probably say that a lot at this conference is meet at the Seals. So make sure you come say hello to Gracie and Billy. There's also an Airstream camper. You see right behind me as well. That Airstream camper is a coffee truck. It is really good. A good coffee truck to get your caffeine fix on. If you need it at Starbucks, there's one about a block and a half to the right here of the hotel. I'm going to go right by it when I go take you to my next stop. About a 3-minute walk to that Starbucks. Wanted to tell you a couple things we're doing at the hotel, adding on to what Jennifer said. We have our first time attendee meet and greet on Monday afternoon. And it's going to be near the Seals at the patio behind the Airstream. So right behind me, of course, near the Seals. And it's for first timers. It's a really fun thing to do. The CAB puts this on every year now. It's a way for everybody to, if you're traveling alone, it's a way for you to not be alone and go relax, have a drink with someone, meet someone new, talk about your love affair with tests and transferology and you achieve, that kind of thing. So basically say meet at the Seals, and there we'll have for first time attendee meet and greet. We're also having running with the CAB this year, the walking path that I mentioned earlier. On Tuesday morning, we're going to want you guys to meet at the Seals and run with the CAB. Good way to get a little exercise while you're out here. It's San Diego, so very exercise driven city here. But I think that's all I got from here. I'm going to run to the beach just a few blocks that way, and I will come back to you guys in a minute. Drew, back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. All right. So let's throw it open to our CAB. And just a reminder, if anyone's got questions they want to have answered, feel free to throw them in the Q&A section. But I got a couple of questions kind of set up here. So I'll start off, to the CAB, anyone who wants to answer, like we saw Eric out there in a polo. How did, this is a little bit of a different conference than most. How do you guys typically dress? What's the vibe? What should people be packing as they get ready for the conference?
I always make sure I have some fresh school gear. when I come to this conference, first of all, it's really easy then for people to know what school you're from and to strike up a conversation. And it's also a good excuse to hit up your school's bookstore. I like to go for the clearance section because in Minnesota, we don't get to wear short sleeves all year round. So I try to grab a few of those. But it's definitely a jeans and a school swag kind of vibe, and to proudly show off where you're from.
I'd say dress in layers, wear your cool swag and be comfortable, but dress in layers because we'll be indoors and outdoors and walking to and from the different sites on location to attend sessions or to be outdoors just to have a chat by the CEOs or by the coffee shop or someplace. So be comfortable, but wear layers, I would say.
I was just gonna say that too, that, you know, the sun's out, it's nice and warm. If the sun goes down, it can cool off pretty quick. So I usually like to wear short sleeve button up type shirts, business casual. But always pack some sort of a warm top.
Yeah, even though it's San Diego, there is the June gloom, as they like to say.
Yeah.
Although those of us who are not from California, sorry, Stephanie, you know, we will take any California weather that we can usually get. So I
wasn't going to mention that.
I
Because,
did notice we have a lot of Wisconsin representation and northern representation on the cab right now. So
I lived in San Diego for 4 years. The weather, the layering advice is good. It can cool off in the evenings, and hopefully the weather is very nice. I wasn't going to even mention the June gloom because I don't want to invite its presence.
hopefully I did not just jinx us. So so what about technology? You know, coming to a conference like this, usually, you know, you're attending because you work directly with one of the products or you use the product a lot. What do you suggest as far as technology people bring with them?
And to bring your laptop, because then you're able to work with your data live. You're able to, if you're having some issues or if you've had questions that have not been addressed just because you didn't know who to go to or who to ask or what to ask, basically, bring your laptop if you can, so you can log into your system and work live in it, work with maybe some of the other attendees or work with CollegeSource staff during the wizard bar session, or else, you know, find a different time. I would say bring that, and chargers, of course. Bring your chargers that will charge up your laptop.
I would definitely agree with that. I am a person who likes to take notes on my laptop. I take notes much more quickly when I'm typing. But if you can, don't open your Outlook and set your cell phone away and do not disturb for Teams so that you can still be very present at the sessions.
I would say also bring a tablet if you have access to one, because the app that they use for the conference is really great, and it's really nice to see on the tablet, especially because you can see slides that presenters used after their presentations. So if you want to go back or double check something, let's say you took a picture on your phone and the resolution is just not picking it up, your tablet can help you with that without having that access to your Outlook, like Rachel said.
Yeah, and I'll say if you want to make a friend, a good networking tip, bring an extension cord with multiple plugs. I found that as a useful networking tool attending conferences. So when there's only one plug in a room, and rather than starting a fight for who gets the charge, you can be that savior who brings a multiple plug extension cord with you. There's my little tip for going to conferences.
Right?
Yeah. You know, I think this is a good question for the cab. So what's unique about this conference versus other conferences that you attend? What should people be ready for when they come?
I would say one thing that struck me was it feels like a much more intimate conference than some other conferences I've been to. You're not going to feel like you're lost in the group. You are going to see a lot of the same faces at different sessions, which really provides a unique opportunity for networking.
Say feel or be ready to feel appreciated. I think this is a conference and a company that really appreciates all of the people that come, and they appreciate that they took the time to come down to San Diego and come to the conference, and that you're, you know, a member of the CollegeSource family. So be ready for that. You know, I know a lot of companies say that they appreciate their customers, but not quite the same way that CollegeSource does.
One thing I would say is, in addition to what you have shared, is that the sessions, if you look at the agenda, the sessions are built in such a way that no matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced level with the product that you're working with, you will have a session that will speak to you. You will be, if you're a beginner and you are pretty comfortable with that, you might be able to attend a session that is for the next level up. And the good thing about the agenda too, if you look at the conference agenda, it will say right on there, along with the session, as to what level that particular session would be good for, would appeal to. So I think you'll be able to mingle with people who know as much as you, a little bit more than you, or who, if they're just beginners and you know more, you'll be able to help them. So it's kind of give and take. It's unique in that way, that you're able to work with people who know their products at different levels.
Yeah, and Ritu, you mentioned the wizard bar earlier, kind of briefly. I wonder if anyone has attended the wizard bar before, and if so, like, what are some of the issues that you've brought, and was it helpful, or what did you gain from doing the wizard bar? Because I think that's a neat feature that they do each year.
I used the wizard bar about 2 years ago, and it stuck with me because I sat down with Tim, who oversees tests essentially, and he was able to actually, on my laptop, like the work where I do my daily work, help me analyze and figure out where, like, a piece of code for our public CSS styling, and I have no experience in CSS, but being able to sit down with someone and have them zero in exactly to what I needed to focus on was huge. I mean, that would have easily been probably a 20 email, like, strain if I was trying to figure that out electronically myself. So the wizard bar, I know my team at the U of M, we also prepare our questions for the wizard bar in advance. We're doing that now, actually, so that we can schedule time and really dive deep and get our questions answered. I've never come across that at another conference before, to where you're getting that level of individual help.
That's awesome. And I see we got Eric back, so let's hop back over, and looks like Eric's got his sun hat on and ready for beach time.
Yeah, I think while I'm down here, I'm just going to do a roller coaster ride and maybe get some sun, go in the waves a little bit. What a job, right? Anyways, this is Mission Beach. This is about 3 blocks from the hotel. I can kind of see the hotel from here. And trust me, you'll see the ocean, you'll hear it. Right behind us also is Belmont roller coaster. That roller coaster is almost 100 years old and still going strong. When I was a kid growing up here in the 80s, there was a fire back in the day, and we can ride that thing for the longest time. So it's been rebuilt, and it's a lot of history there. We have the boardwalk itself right here. We have also, there's the plunge, it's the pool, but it's also 100 years old. This area right here is really pretty old for San Diego, but there's everything you do over here. You get your new bikini right here. We got a taco shop, Starbucks is right here, and then of course the water. So if you guys liked Paradise Point, Catamaran, because of the location, this location is probably even a little bit better. There's arcades, rides, dinners, everything's all right here. It's fun touristy stuff too. I come down here every now and then, and I'm a local guy. So let's see, what else we got here? Pacific Beach, where the Catamaran is, or even is a 6-minute drive right down the road here. You'll probably see it right when you walk out here. La Jolla downtown, Gaslamp District is also another about 20-minute drive. So good location here at Mission Beach. More things I wanted to tell you about the conference. Sign up for the dinner with the CAB. We have 3 dinners. CAB is the client advisory board, as you guys probably already know that. And we have 3 dinners set up for Monday night. it is after the welcome reception. And so there's limited spots. So make sure you sign up for one of the dinners. And it's a great time to go, and you're going to have dinner anyways. You might as well go have dinner with all of us. We'll have, maybe a dozen or so people at each dinner. Everybody pays for their own dinners and everything. So it's, it's not a free dinner, so to speak, but at the same time, might as well have fun and let us take care of the reservation for you. So we're going to have 3 meals, and they are going to be at the Draft, which is right here next to the lifeguard station, and the Cannonball and Miso. Those are the 3 restaurants. So make sure you sign up for that. Also, too, just to show you, we were talking about business casual, and I take business casual to the next level, of course. So gotta have fun, right? In my flip flops. So can't wait to see you guys in a couple weeks. I'm gonna pass it back to the crew, and thanks again.
Yeah, Eric, thanks for joining us and showing us around San Diego there. So, Eric mentioned the cab dinner. What's we did that for the first time last year. What are some of the things that you guys enjoyed about that, learned from that? Wonder if you give people a little bit of a taste of what they can expect.
One of the things that I really appreciated about it is my group, and this was maybe just through good luck, happened to be a lot of folks that work in data analysis using data that's created by students and comes through CollegeSource and degree audit. And it was really nice to be able to talk about the things that we're doing at our institutions and some of the challenges that we face, and have a nice place for a sounding board on those things. So it's not just about the products, but it's about the people, and it's about the wraparound knowledge that you can get with folks that are going through their own sets of challenges and developments at their own institutions. It's really nice.
I'd agree. And, aside from that, it's just an opportunity to meet some new people that are using similar products and see, bounce ideas off of each other and think about new ways that you could be using the products. And then, just about having a good time, enjoying the nice weather, enjoying some good food with maybe some new friends. So, there's people that I've met through CollegeSource that, I never would have met otherwise. And I've gotten to be friends with them and text or email, things like that on a regular basis. So, I think it's just another way to meet people and enjoy not being at work, but working.
And not eating another dry conference chicken breast as well. I will say the food is always very good whenever I go to San Diego. I'm a foodie, so I love to get out and experience. If anyone wants to know my favorite taco shop, I'll be happy to share it with you at the
maybe that can be a
conference.
wizard session at the first time meet and greet. Is we can talk tacos.
Yes, I'd love it. So another question I think is a good one is what strategies have you used, or how have you used the conference app successfully to kind of enhance your conference experience in the past? How should others be looking to that for information?
If you're anything like me and you like to plan, and you like being able to see all of your options at once, I've found the app to be really helpful when I've attended in the past, just because I like knowing what's next. I like being able to have all of that information. At least for me, it was right in the palm of my hand on my phone. And it was super convenient. So I didn't have to be, wandering around wondering what was next. All that information was there. And it was also really helpful to have, because the session information is there. It's also all of the attendees who are presenting their information is there. So that was helpful as well. So I knew, what name to look for if I had a follow-up question, like in between sessions or after the fact. So I found that to be really helpful.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to see.
Sorry, I think I interrupted something. So what I found helpful was that we could see the attendee names, the products that they use, and I believe the SIS is on there as well. That for me was very helpful, just to see how everybody is using the products and then how they're translating that data into their SIS. So I really appreciate that.
It's nice to be able to see for folks that are presenting later on in the conference, you have an opportunity to put a face to a name and maybe have a conversation with them earlier in advance of their presentation about a topic that that might be of mutual interest. So it's really nice, especially if you're someone who enjoys that extra prompt of seeing a face early and then seeing a face out in circulation and being able to go up and say, hey, I see you're presenting on this. This is what I do where I am, you know, and start a conversation that way.
All right, one last question before we wrap it up here. And what are you most looking forward to at the conference this year?
All of it?
All of it. Yeah.
I think
Everybody from CollegeSource that we communicate with through the year, you know, we send them questions, they help us troubleshoot issues and give us ideas. Just really nice to see everybody in person and see people that we've met in the past, other attendees, and new people who are first timers, and make connections there. I think networking this is an awesome networking opportunity for people, for transfer minded people, for people, you know, who think alike, like us.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to just be able, it's just piggybacking off of what Ritu was saying, is it is the greatest networking opportunity for such a niche group of people, because we're all using similar, if not all of the same products. You're able to learn from one another, especially this year. I'm excited because a lot more sessions are going to be presented by users. And so we can learn a lot more from what each other is doing, how we're utilizing products. And those are great conversation starters for whether it's between one another at the conference or bringing it back to your institution and implementing new ideas, and just really continuing to utilize these products to be able to build the best transfer resources we can, whether it's internal or for your prospective students or your current students at your institution. It's a really good encouragement to me of just seeing that everyone is having success and we're able to support one another by sharing ideas and learning from each other and things like that. So that's always what I look forward to at the conference.
Everything everyone else has said, but also being able to see like new functionalities and new updates that are coming to the products. It's always really exciting at the conference, and I probably don't speak just for myself, but I always get a lot of new ideas afterwards too. Like I come back with like huge documents in my Google Drive about new things we can implement or follow-up questions for CollegeSource or other people that I meet at other universities across the country. So it just feels really invigorating and really exciting, and it's something I look forward to every year, to be honest, for all of the reasons everyone's mentioned.
I just want to add, if this is going to be your first session, definitely attend the first time attendee welcome reception. That was my first time going last year, and it set the stage for the whole conference and gave me a lot of opportunities to get involved.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Really appreciate ArtCab for putting this session together and hosting it, Eric for being on location, Jennifer for putting the whole conference on for us, and your team who does amazing work. I will share one last thing. If you need quick access to the agenda, because if you're like me, I always have to get that and print it out. I'm one of those people who likes the paper version. You can go to collegesource.com/2024, and that will land you right on the conference webpage. So that can be your little go-to if you've not downloaded that app yet, or if you need some quick bit of information. collegesource.com/2024 take you right to the conference page. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Really looking forward to seeing everyone in a couple of weeks in San Diego. And till then, have a good day.